And once again, this is the voice of Mufasa BTB, the CEO of BTB Groups. Today, I'm going to give you reasons why I feel that the rate could be cut. Stay tuned to the end of this video. Make sure you give it a like, and if this is your first time on my channel, do well to hit the subscribe button. As we begin, the whole crypto market has been bleeding for few days right now because of what? The war that is happening in Iran and Iraq. Everybody is aware of that, fully aware. But notwithstanding, there's something that could happen right now that can skyrocket the whole market, and we'll forget the fact that there was war. And that is only interest rate cut. If it occurred from next week, which is this week we are in already. If it occurs in few days from now, probably from Tuesday to Wednesday, if the Fed chairman obviously announce it, trust me, and cut the rate to 100%, trust me, we are going to the moon. Major reasons why I believe strong that we could have a rate cut from here. It's so many things I've done research about are obviously happening. Now, the reason for rate cut, first of all, is stimulate the economic growth, to lower interest rate, reduce borrowing costs, encouraging business to invest, consumer to spend, and this boosts economic activity during the period of growth and slow growth or recessions. Now, rate cut is very important, but there are a lot of factors behind it, why it could happen and why it shouldn't, or why it could not. Now, if you rate cut has a lot of benefit, and reason why rate cut comes in most times it has to be from global economy weakness. The global economy weakness is what we are facing right now. This is the war between Iran and Israel. As of a few days ago, American crude oil raised by 6% their importation. So it's causing a lot of economic slowdown, economic weakness. They might consider that into the consideration by cutting rate. Another thing is the Trump tariff has been mellowed down, and there are no really push on it anymore, and we expect volatility from Trump tariff, a very positive volatility, because almost all the countries having negotiation with US are almost done with conclusion. The major one are China, and they are perfectly done, which is really bullish for the ecosystem. Encourage borrowing and investment. Lower rate makes loan cheaper. Now, for those of you who don't know, the interest rate in America, how it affects the crypto as a whole is this: when a rate is being cut, it gives retailers to go to the market and to go to the bank, to the central bank, and borrow money from the central bank and come into crypto market or stock market and start buying, start investing. By so doing, the market will skyrocket as high as possible. Now, let me tell you something. Why this interest rate is a necessity. It has to be cut. It's a must, that it must happen. It is not maybe. Why I say it's going to happen, it's a must that it's going to happen. It might not be it might happen in 2 days, 3 days from now, but it must happen. Do you know why? Now, the whales and the institutions have kept the rate high so that retailers cannot borrow money. This is a logic they use. They keep the rate high so that retailers cannot borrow money, so that they would buy the dip, buy as many as they could, so that by the time they lower the rate, you and I, which are retailers, will now go into the market, to the bank, to borrow more money from the bank with a very cheaper interest rate, and pumping it into the market. By so doing, they which have bought in large quantity were pumping their bag for them, and they will remain highly bullish. You understand now, right? The reason for this delay of interest rate cut, it's just a political stuff, and also, a manipulation that a lot of you don't know. That's why most of you keep saying the bull run is not going to happen. The bull run is not going to happen. Why wouldn't the bull run happen if the whales and the institution keep buying? Why do you think? Have you ever seen where a rich man invest in a place and doesn't make profit, or invest in a place with the mindset of losing? It doesn't occur like that. So the whales, the institutions, and even so many other countries are holding this interest rate down in order for them to do a lot of stockpiling before buying. So many countries have cut their interest rate in order for their citizens to buy, to invest money, to borrow money from the bank, invest into their stock market, and do a lot of things, waiting for Americans to do likewise. And American institutions and whales and VCs, their capital ventures, they are not ready to allow this come to pass yet, because it's going to be very, very massive, and we're likely to see the whole crypto market cap to rally as up to $20 trillion if this interest rate is being cut down to 100%, as Trump has said initially. 4 days ago, Trump said Fed should cut rate by 1 full point. Simply means the American interest rate right now is around 4.25% to 4.5%, and Trump said they should cut it by 1 full point. By so doing, it simply means the rate is coming down to 1%. Even the chances of coming down to 0%, which means there won't be even any interest on borrowing. You understand? Trump keep emphasizing and calling Jerome Powell Mr. Too Late. At the Fed is a disaster. Europe has made 10 rate cuts. We have had none. Despite him, our country is going great. Go for a full point and rocket fuel. You see, this is it. Trump is trying to persuade with his power and influence for this Fed chairman to make sure that this rate is being cut. A lot of political stuff and politics are involved in this, though, and I could say manipulation, yes, but that doesn't mean the rate cut won't happen. The other time, Trump threatened Jerome Powell that he's going to kick him out of the market, kicking out of the Fed chairman. But it's not as if it's impossible, but a lot of underground works are still ongoing. A lot of underground works are still ongoing. Okay, now a lot of countries have cut their rates, just waiting for America to do so. Examples of these countries: Europe have cut their rates by 0.525%. Okay, as of March 2025. As of April, they cut it again by 0.25% again. You understand? Total rate cut so far June by 2024 7. They cut rate in 2024 7 times, reflecting weak economic growth and inflation. 2.4% in February 2025. You see, now American economic growth, American inflation currently is sitting at 2.4, and the Fed gives a target of 2%. If it does happen, that's when they will cut rate. You understand? Now, another country which have cut rate as well is India. The India cut their rate as well, and then another country which does cut their own rate again is Mexico. As of February 2025, they cut their rate by 0.5%. And another country again is China. The People's Bank of China cut a key interest rate May 2025, cut to counter US tariff threat, though the exact rate and cut size were not specified in the source. You understand? They cut interest rate, they printed a lot of what? Trillions of yuan in order for the economy to grow. You understand? Czech Republic did same, and so many of them that couldn't mention, but these are the major cities that did what? Did interest rate cut. And the advantage of interest rate cut is when this is eventually happen, it simply means inflows of money into the system. Trillions and billions of dollars are going to be printed by the mint bank, you understand, by the federal by the central bank, and this is going to be crazy. You're going to see a very hyperbolic move that you have never seen before. So stay tuned. From now till Wednesday, I'm going to be dropping videos, and my number is also going to be on the screen, and you could do well to ask me any question by writing me from there, and also to join my inner cycle, and I will guide you through a moment this rate eventually gets cut and what to do moment the rate is being cut.